Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. It's Monday. Welcome to tonight's stream. We're gonna be playing more Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I need Mario Kart World in my veins, man. I need that shit, like, yesterday. But for now, we can enjoy some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in the meantime. We still got a few weeks. We still got quite a few days. How many days is it until the damn system now? How many days to June 5th? 38 days. My god. I hope you're all doing well, though. Hope you're all having a good Monday. Let me just get... Whoop! I didn't exist for a second. It is Super fucking Mario. It is Super fucking Mario time. Now the question is this gonna be a stream where Morgan wins a lot, or is this gonna be a stream where Little Beepo's misery increases? It's yet to be seen. Oh, by the way, I should say, I'm having some artists redo, some of the emotes that we have in chat. One of them is already done. It was done by my dearest Jen. I am now Gagito Adorable. Yet I'm quite happy with that. Some other emotes will be reworked. And if you have better Twitch.tv, you can use the old versions of the emotes, because I didn't want to just, like, get rid of them. I would not have felt good if, like, all my old emotes just disappeared forever, so I, like, any of them... It didn't show up on the stream for some reason. But it'll show up in chat if you have better Twitch.tv. Why the fuck the 7TV emotes show up, but not the better Twitch.tv ones? Maybe it still needs some time in the... to process in the system, I don't fucking know. It's like I reset my computer before this stream, so... It's not a matter of that. I watched a movie last night with Chimp Dinner Live. We watched The Nice Guys. Why am I just rapidly throwing my items? What am I doing? I didn't even, like, move my hand off the button. I literally don't know what the fuck that was. We watched The Nice Guys, which was, like... It's alright. It was alright. It was, like, a fun, goofy action movie. I don't have too much to say about it. Honestly, I felt like I was zoning out for a lot of it. So, like, even though I followed what was generally going on with the movie, like, I don't know. I guess it was just one of those things where it was like, I could tell it was a good, well-made movie. It just maybe didn't click with me as much as it could have. Which is funny, because the fucking stoner comedy we watched last week was like... That one stuck with me. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It's very funny that I say that and then I don't remember the name off the top of my head. All I know is there was a girl who was very high, and as a result of being very high, she did not have a very good day at all. But she didn't care due to being high. You fucker. I can't believe I just dodged like 4 green shells in a row. That was fucking crazy. Someone tried to unleash like literally every fucking shell they had in their arsenal. And I just dodged it like a genius. It didn't get me a good place in the race, but it I don't know, it made me feel good. That's Peter Griffin. When did Peter Griffin get here? It's changed today, that all you see. Ugh. I'm in the middle of like a work gauntlet right now. Today was my 5th day of work in a row. I still got 2 more to go. That's the fun part of not having a set schedule at work, is that sometimes you'll just get fucked like that. Because I'll tell you, after, like, I don't know, I was like tuned out like all shift. I was ready to go home from the start. I want to go home and play Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones. Which, I mean, I'm playing more of that. I do like Sacred Stones. I think I figured out why I think that game is too easy. And it literally just is that, like, dude, if you have the right unit, the arenas are fucking broken. I have, like, 3 maxed out, like, units that are, like, way beyond, like, any enemy that I'm facing. I mean, I'm riding so high that literally, in order to give myself some challenge, I'm using, like, the baby units. Which, they're not literally babies, to be clear. They're, like, units that you unlock that are, like, they start at a class weaker than anyone else's base classes, but that means they level up more and therefore get more stats. So I just explained you a thing, Tumblr. I just explained you a thing. Nobody says shit like that anymore on Tumblr. I guess maybe they do. Tumblr is like a weird website where it's like so insular. Like, it really is just to, like... What am I trying to say? It really is just, like, so easy to, like, isolate yourself on that website and not see what's going on with the general audience of the site. I feel like even Blue Sky doesn't have, like, a sort of, like, algorithm in the same way, but it still feels like you're gonna see, like, the most popular posts, usually because people are complaining about them. I feel like I see all the, like, most popular, like, Blue Sky people because, like, people get mad at them. Can't explain someone a thing anymore because of woke. That's true. That's true. Woke has taken everything from us. Woke has taken Tumblr. Tumblr is like dark woke. I can't explain my poetry. If you know, you know. Do you guys know that 4chan has a Tumblr? I just learned that the other day. Because they got, like, 4chan back online, and they were, like, writing some manifesto about how, like, 4chan will never be taken down, we will never give up, and it's just like, okay. Whatever, man. Tumblr is fake woke, at least the way the site itself is run. Oh yeah, Tumblr staff is, like, not woke at all. They got, like, Photomat, whoever the fuck, like, going into, like, trans people's replies on, like, Twitter, saying, like, hey, did you know that, like, trans woman I banned is, like, horny? And it's like, brother, what are you... Yes? Obviously. Dumbass? Are you fucking stupid? I would be more surprised if she wasn't. She's on Tumblr. It's like the most, like, not understanding your audience at all. I don't know. Photomat is part of the reason I don't post as much on Tumblr these days. Because I'm just like, I don't want to draw attention to myself, you know? Like, if I draw attention to myself on, like, Blue Sky, or honestly even Twitter, funny enough, it's like, I'm gonna fall under the radar. Like, fucking, if I was still on Twitter, like, Elon Musk was never gonna see my posts about me shit-talking him. A robot might, but not him. On Tumblr, though, like, Photomat is, like, he's too logged in. He's way too logged in. I don't know, it'll be a good day when he stops running Tumblr. So I can, like, actually post on there again and not just, like, reblog stuff. In a weird way, it does make me miss David Kart. I mean, people were really, really dumb about David Kart. But it's like, he just ran the website. He didn't really do too much. He wore the kimono the one time, you know. He was appreciating culture. I don't know, Tumblr does still hold some of the greatest posters of our time. That's the thing that keeps me coming back, is that you really do see a lot of amazing posts. And I mean, I guess that's obvious, but I don't know, with how free-form Tumblr is, it really is like you get funny posts of every kind. There are people who find a way to make funny chat posts. And who the fuck is using chat posts? I bet, like, most of you watching right now forgot that even existed. I don't know. I used to also be like... Tumblr has incredible posts, but it feels worse than Twitter to maneuver through sometimes. It's like that painting of all the philosophers talking, but then you zoom out and they're surrounded by gunfire on all sides. Kinda real, kinda real. Honestly, in general, you would think that, like, Tumblr's, like, long-form format of posts online would, like, make, like, a lot of people, like, you know, think more critically about what they're putting online. But it really doesn't. You still, like, you see some really dumbass replies on Tumblr posts. Someone will make a Tumblr post that's like, damn, I do love me a good pancake. And then someone will actually reply, this user hates waffles and also thinks that if you're disabled and can only eat pancakes, that you deserve to die. And it's like, what? It's not true at all. It's not how that's... Those are two different sentences. Oh, I didn't want to pick that. What? Accidentally went Grinch mode for a second. I don't know, like, Tumblr really is just, like, people love to assume the worst of other people. And it's like, I'm not immune. I'm kind of assuming the worst of a lot of people on Tumblr, but it really just is, like, you'll post something innocent, and then you'll get, like, some of the most insane replies you've ever seen. Oh, so hi, Soul. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I don't know. Don't take that as me giving credit to Twitter, though. Because Twitter is, like... It's, like, both better and worse. It's better because you can't, like, you know, ramble on about, like, inane nonsense. But it's worse also because... it's so much easier to read things as in bad faith. Because that's just kind of how the website is set up. And I mean, that's true of Blue Sky too. But I mean, there's also a difference in audience. The Blue Sky audience is like... you'll get like a liberal named Hillary Clinton for president in the replies saying like... they're taking away our voting rights, and this is what you're worried about. And on Twitter, it'll be, like, a literal neo-Nazi, like, posting, like, a home address that isn't yours, but is in your general range because they got your IP address somehow. Yeah, the thing is, all social media is bad. I think there are like better social media sites than others, but at the end of the day, all social media is bad. And if I wasn't in like the field of streaming, where like social media is just like a necessary evil. Dude, I don't know if I would still be using social media at this point. Because sometimes I think about it and I'm like, man, logging off forever could be kind of appetizing. And if random people are like, I wonder what happened to Morgan, doesn't matter. They don't need to know. I'll just log in like 5 years later and be like, yo, what up? Just remember my password. Sorry, Wiggler. We both did terribly, but I made you do even worse. Thing about Tumblr is that it can catch you off guard in a different way than Twitter. You'll read a bunch of posts way better than anything on Twitter, only to get hit with something Twitter tier right after and not be expecting it. I think also, like, people on Tumblr are, like, in an isolated space where, like, they do not understand, like, the public consciousness at all. Like, it really is, like, an isolated place online. Like, I don't know, like, memes and stuff do come over from other websites, but also, like, I don't know, the thing that makes me say this is that, like, there were, like, a non-zero amount of people on Tumblr who actually thought, like, everybody was gonna boycott, like, the Switch 2 because a couple people in a YouTube chat said they should drop the price of it. And it's like, that's not how the world works at all. You guys were not there for the 3DS and Wii U era. You guys don't understand why those systems failed. It's not, like, the 3DS, here's the thing. Yes, the 3DS was overpriced at launch. It was, like, $260, which, like, nowadays seems, like, really appetizing, but, it was $260 at launch, and it had fucking nothing on it. There was jack shit. You know what you were playing at launch on the 3DS? You were playing fucking Pilot Wings Resort. And listen, I'm not even gonna say that Pilot Wings Resort is, like, a bad video game. I've never played it. It might be alright. But, like, how the fuck is that gonna get people excited about your new 3D system? That's not a system seller. That's not even, like, a system, like, glancer. It had jack shit. It was much more expensive than the DS was. And, like, what the fuck were you gonna do with them? It really, and, like, I guess the most important thing also is that 3D was a dumb gimmick. Nobody gave a shit about no glasses 3D. People thought they cared about that for, like, a year, and then they stopped pretending about it, because they were like, wait, this is kind of dumb, actually. So, like, it was overpriced, it was stuck with a bad gimmick, it had no games, nobody wanted a 3DS at launch. Now, when, like, Mario 3D Land and, like, Mario Kart 7 dropped, then people started, like, rubbing their hands together, licking their lips, getting excited. And then they also dropped the price because they were like, yeah, we kind of need momentum in our favor. People on Tumblr don't even play video games. I mean, that's mean to say, but, like, the vast majority of people on Tumblr don't play video games. Like, honestly, my most hater take... This is such a hater take, and you can all tell me to piss off in your head. If your favorite video game of all time is Disco Elysium, that's like one of the only 5 video games that you've played. I'm sorry, Disco Elysium did just catch an insane stray. But also, I do believe it in my heart to be true. Saying that while playing Mario Kart 8 is the kind of thing that get a certain crowd to just start calling you the most horrific insults. Dude, if someone wants to tell me to die because I like Mario Kart and think Disco Elysium is for, like, normies, you know? I'm not even for normies, just, like, people who don't play video games, like, I'm fine with that. You can say whatever you want about me. I acknowledge I'm a flawed individual. But I'm a flawed individual having fun. And that's the pure essence of video games. Alright, you're not catching my ass being on Tumblr, pretending like Pokemon X and Y is like the biggest piece of shit video game I've ever played, and my life has been worse since it came out, and Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver is the happiest I've ever been. It's not me. It's not me. You're not catching me being like that. Like, I do not fundamentally agree with, like, the idea that, like, I've seen it. I've seen it a little bit. That, like, oh, if you actually hate, like, a mid-game, then you're, like, a genius. No. No. Listen, I hate mid-games sometimes, too. I think, like, Fire Emblem Fates and, like, Codename Steam are, like, almost certainly just, like, mid at worst. But I fucking hate them. Codename Steam way more. You could probably argue that Codename Steam is actually just a really bad video game, but that's beside the point. But you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't have, like, a complex about it. I'm not, like, trying to convince you that it's, like, actually the worst video game ever. I don't like it. I don't like it. But, like, I'm sorry, I don't have respect in my heart for someone who goes online and posts, like, Nintendo Switch Sports worst game ever made. By what fucking metric? That it personally disappointed you? Dude, it's a Wii Sports game. What fucking expectations did you guys have? You people are insane to me. Like, I'm sorry, especially if you don't have a personal attachment to a series, you can't be saying shit like that about, like, mid-video games. Mid-video games is what keeps the ecosystem going. Alright? If we only had good or bad video games, like, things would be, like, disproportionately imbalanced. 90% of all video games are mid, and that's what keeps, like, the ecosystem going. Like, Sonic Superstars is a great example. Sonic Superstars is mid. But it's good that it's mid. We need that. We need that. Alright? It's better, and especially in the Sonic series, there's a good chunk of Sonic games that you could say are actually just bad. And I'm not even talking about, like, Sonic 06, although that's the obvious one that a lot of people go for. But, like, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, Sonic Labyrinth, like, Sonic Blast, fucking Sonic Freeriders. Alright, you need a little bit of mid. You need a little bit of mid because it creates a more interesting discussion. We've had more interesting things to say about Sonic Superstars than, like, Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. The most interesting thing that anybody has had to say about Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric is, haha, you can infinitely jump as Knuckles. And we've been saying that for years. And it's like, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's funny to see the Knuckles infinite jump glitch. But Sonic Superstars creates, like, an actual conversation. It's not just about punching down. It's like, okay, Sonic Superstars is a deeply flawed video game. It kind of, like, follows up on the classic series in a much better way than something like Sonic 4, but it falls into some of its trappings, like having, like, 2 long boss fights, and some of those boss fights towards the end of the game are way too hard. Level design can feel a little too open due to the fact that the game had to be built around 4-player co-op. And in general, you're probably not playing the game that way, because even though it's built with co-op, it kind of still isn't, because Sonic is a game you play fast as fuck. See? Isn't that a much more fulfilling conversation than fucking, like, I got soft-locked by Silver the Hedgehog in Sonic 06 like everybody else who's played that game? I think that's more interesting. There's something to be said. You know, mid-games are not necessarily boring games. Every boring game is mid, but not every mid-game is boring. They said this in Ratatouille. I'm like Ratatouille, but for the gaming space. Under my hat, I got a little rat controlling my every controller movement. I literally don't know why we're playing the fucking dolphin map again. I don't know, like, I could definitely say, like, some of my favorite video games of all time are, like, mid. Not all of them. Like, you're never, you can't, like, say, like, TF2 is mid. Team Fortress 2 is not mid, it's one of the best first-person shooters of our time. There's a reason that, like, 18 years later, people are still playing Team Fortress 2. But, like, Game Dev Tycoon, a game that I love very much, is almost certainly mid. That's definitely, like, a mid game. But it's fun, so I don't care. But you guys aren't ready for the conversation that not all good video games are actually good. That guy on 4chan was literally right when he said, just because it's good doesn't mean it's good. Fuck off. The people shat on him for it, but he's, like, actually spitting. Now I just sound like every internet contrarian. I don't even know if I, like, understand what the plot was. We could go Waluigi pinball. Honestly, the actual fact of the matter is that good video games are closer to bad video games than they are to mid video games. Like, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has more in common with big rigs over the road racing than it does, like, Puyo Puyo Tetris. Alright, I can't explain my poetry. Glad we got here from Photomat. It's funny because it all happened because I wanted to dunk on Disco Elysium. I don't even have a reason to dunk on Disco Elysium other than literally flaming. I'm literally being a troll. But honestly, I kind of do agree. I think good video games have more in common with bad video games, because bad video games are almost good video games. Mid video games are not usually almost good video games, but bad video games are. Bad video games usually have, like, one very apparent flaw that completely fucks everything up. Like, what's the problem with Ride to Hell Retribution? It's that jackass sense of humor. And the underlying unsexy horniness. I guess that's 2 reasons, but... like, if it didn't have that, Ride to Hell Retribution, it could have been something, you know? Now, you play something like Neptunia, you get rid of the horniness from that. That doesn't make Neptunia a good video game. It's still gonna be mid. Alright? I'm like the world's most insane, like, college professor right now. I'm, like, explaining all this, and, like, people are going to rate my professor and being like, this chick is insane. She's literally off her fucking rocker. I don't understand what she's saying, and I don't understand the assignment. On the other hand, if you added horniness to big rigs, would that would make the game good? That's kind of true. That is kind of true. If Big Rigs was made by, like, a horny guy, it probably would have been better. Like, the thing about Big Rigs is that it's, like, so obviously, like, bad and undercooked that it's, like, the simple solution is honestly to just let it ride. Just let it live in that, like, infamy. Because it makes for, like, a way more interesting and fun experience. Can you imagine if Big Rigs was just a mid-truck game on the PC in, like, the early 2000s? Not a single goddamn soul on Earth would be talking about Big Rigs over the road racing. Like, that would be a mid-game that's boring. Nobody would be talking about that shit except, like, your truck freak uncle who is still using, like, Windows Vista. But that's the thing. That's the thing that you have to understand about the mid games, is that mid games are going to be boring for a lot of people, but it has its niche. I guess the real lesson of the story is that mid games are just niche games. And good games are just games that are popular and, like, follow, like, the specific trends that people tend to like. And then bad video games are the ones that spit in the face of those trends. Or they just do the trends all wrong. And I mean, if we... Going back to, like, Sonic Superstars, that's, like, a good example because, like, I have seen the kind of people where, like, that game hit its niche. Like, if you guys know about, like, the Geek Critique, he does, like, review-type videos. I think he's a really well-spoken guy. He fucking loves Sonic Superstars. I would not be surprised if it was, like, one of his top Sonic games. He fucking adores that game more than anyone I've ever seen. And, like, more power to him. I think Sonic Superstars is a great game. I would consider myself part of the niche that enjoys that game. But it's like, if you don't fall into that niche, like, if you're not a big classic Sonic nerd, like, it maybe won't resonate as much with you. Sonic Mania is, like, a more, like... It's a more beginner-friendly experience. Sonic Superstars is a mean game sometimes. That game is mean. That game doesn't give a fuck if you don't understand classic Sonic at all. It's like, bitch, you better learn. But yeah, I get I think I actually found my real point, which is that mid-video games are just niche video games. And, like, sometimes that niche can be big. But it has an upper limit. You know, like, Fortnite. Fortnite is obviously a good video game because everybody on Earth has played Fortnite. Fortnite is not a niche video game at all. Now, it is important to note that Fortnite is an evil video game, which is a whole different discussion. That's like, we don't even have time to get into that. There is such thing as an evil video game, and some good video games are evil video games. Alright? We're starting to get into some, like, Pepe Sylvia type shit. Honestly, like, any, like, AAA video game that's, like, very popular and well-reviewed, but also has, like, microtransactions is inherently an evil video game. Any video game that gets DLC is also evil. But, like, less so. It's less evil to make DLC than it is to put microtransactions in your game. If you have both, though, ooh-wee. Don't even get me started. I mean, that's the thing. The new Monster Hunters are good video games, but they're very evil. They're very evil. You look at, like, the microtransactions, and you look at the DLC, those games are evil. Mario Kart World, that's a good video game, it's looking like. It is undoubtedly an evil video game. I mean, it's gotta be evil just for having the $80 price tag, right? Monster Hunter is an evil video game because it makes you kill the funny frog. That's also true. Now the question is, are there any morally good video games? And the answer is yes. There are morally good video games. And it's like a visual novel made by someone in, like, Ukraine about, like, gay pornography that only 12 people has ever played. Also, hi Adrian, welcome. Oh, welcome to the lobby. Welcome to the lobby. Try not to get scared. Just so you guys know, this is Chalo's last game. They should have given the gay porn game to 12 people know about to the Pope instead. That's kind of true. That's kind of true. I don't know. Did you guys read that, like, Dalai Lama was supposed to meet with J.D. Vance, but then after the thing happened with the Pope, he decided against it? I like to believe that in Dalai Lama's head, he does genuinely believe that J.D. Vance killed the Pope. Maybe he did. It's not too late to start a new conspiracy. There'd be bad vibes all around anyways. It's true, it's true. Hi, dear. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. You guys did just miss my lecture about good games, mid games, and bad games. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna say it. I think that mid games are the most morally just. I think mid video games are the most morally just of the three. Because mid games dare to live differently. Had the tab open, you were just unable to follow along at all. Listen, I can't explain my poetry. It's either you get it or you don't. Good games, bad games, that's only the selfish perception of people. Real gamers play mid as fuck shit all the time, and they love it. This is why they made the graphics on Undertale bad on purpose. Undertale is a very morally just game. If we're talking to the morality of a video game, Undertale is morally sound. I'm not even just talking about it because it, like, encourages you to do a pacifist run. I mean, like, Toby Fox decided to make a small video game, because he wanted to fund his bigger video game. And then he accidentally created one of the most thought-provoking, like, video games of our time. Like, you know, Disco Elysium might have, like, important things to say about, like, the economic system of the world, the effects of globalization, capitalism versus communism, etc., etc. But Undertale tells you that you should be, like, nice to people. Maybe, and, like, you don't have to be, like, so, like, sharpeningly nice that, like, you can't have, like, a fucking backbone. But you need to at least be a little nice to people. Like, you can be mean during the pacifist route of the game, but that's, you're still, like, morally just in doing so. Yeah, you still have to, learn about them. You still have to learn about them. Now, Deltarune is a morally unjust game because it has Spam Sin. He's a bad guy. He shoots an arm gun. Now I'm really just actually saying nonsense. I think I've been saying nonsense for like the past 30 minutes. But it might also be some of the most genius things I've ever said. Spamton rewired a lot of people's brains back then. Deltarune is dark woke. That's like true. That's like true. Deltarune teaches you that, like, if you have a girl kill someone with an ice spell, your ad blocker will break, and a evil guy from the ads will try and kill you. See, this is the easiest shit ever. You can like pretend to be like really smart about like video game analysis and critique, even if what you're saying is like absolutely 100% completely insane. Like, honestly, like, Jen not following around at all with what I'm saying makes them the smartest person here, because, like, everything I've just said has been, like, pure fucking bullshit. I've just been saying shit, but I've been saying it so confidently that nobody called me out on it. Alright, I'm teaching you a lesson in sociology. Saying shit is awesome. That is true. That is true. That's why people like Jake from Adventure Time. That's like real as fuck. He was always just saying shit. Finn would be having, like, girl problems, and Jake would go up to him, and he would be like, yo, man, you know, it's not all about the ladies. I mean, it is all about the ladies. They call it broad daylight for a reason. But you gotta focus on yourself, man. If you don't focus on yourself, and you're miserable about yourself, and you think yourself a fucking fool, all the ladies will think you're a fool, too. And then you'll start wearing the fool hat. For fools. And then in the next episode, you find out that the fool hat is actually real. So the moral of the story is that there is none. Is Chalo still saying this is his last game? What a liar. What a liar. But Jake gave him terrible girl advice? Well, no, he didn't, because the fool hat was real. And because Finn thought himself a fool, he has to wear the fool hat now. The moral of the story is that there was a fool hat. But I think Jake would watch Northern Lion. Dude, I gotta be real, I think in the Adventure Time universe, Jake would be Northern Lion. Like, maybe not, like, one-to-one. I think there are, like, some personality traits that they both have that go, like, against each other's characters, but, like, some of the rants that, like, Northern Lion goes on, I could absolutely see Jake the dog saying. He's a married man with kids, and also, like, if in the Adventure Time universe, the, like, get in the crystal bit is, like, actually real. If you pissed off Jake the dog enough, he would be, like, talking to, like, someone in chat, and he would be, like, get in the crystal, and they would actually get crystallized. Live on Twitch.tv. I think I could also see Jake the dog auditing people in chat. That's some of my favorite Northern Lion bits, when someone says something inflammatory in chat, so he just goes through their entire chat history. Going up to one of the chatters and being like, this may be your episode, but this is still my show. I'm really mad that the Boo stole that right as I got hit by the Blue shell. I mean, I still got 4th, I still did okay, but I'm not happy about it. I'm frowning a little bit about it. We should do, like, a tier list of every video game that's ever existed. And it has to be in order. And there, like, I have to, like, remove any and all bias from the equation. I want to, like, factually and statistically figure out what's the best video game and what's the worst video game. Actually, no. More interesting question, what's the most morally just video game? Let's go back on that. What video game teaches us the best things about humanity? Like, name a video game right now, and I'll tell you if it's morally just or not. And it's not gonna be an indictment of anyone's character. But it is an indictment on the game. Fusion Fall? Morally unjust because it's a crossover game. Crossovers are inherently morally unjust. At least corporate crossovers are. Indie crossovers, you can get away with that. Corporate crossovers, absolutely not. It's just the flaunting of, here's all the IP we own. It's true of Fusion Fall, it's true of Smash Brothers, it's true of Multiverses. I'm not saying those games are bad. Well, I will say Multiverses is bad, but I'm not saying the rest of those are bad. It's just morally unjust. Fusion Fall was kind of like the precursor to Multiverses 2, wasn't it? Because it was just like the Cartoon Network crossover game. So it was like Multiverses before Multiverses dropped. Multiverses if the art style was strange. I mean, honestly, I don't... Yeah, I guess so. I was, like, trying to say, like, oh, Multiverse's art style is kind of strange. It's really not. It's very safe. It's very sanitary. Do you remember when they were trying to make Rhindog a thing? Do you think we could still make Rhindog into a thing? Would that please Warner Brothers? Multiverses is pretty on model. Outside of the live action characters, which are made toys-like, and Velma, who they fucked up for some reason. Well, Multiverses is definitely way more morally unjust, because they make Velma from Scooby-Doo call the cops. They literally have her have a white woman moment. And it's like, listen, not that the Mystery Inc. wouldn't collaborate with the police sometimes. But, like, that would not be their first instinct. The first instinct is that their ass are going around, they're hunting for clues, and they're gonna solve the mystery first before they get anyone else involved. Alright? More than anything else, they're gonna figure it out first. And in Multiverses, that doesn't happen. Velma from Scooby-Doo just sees, like, Wonder Woman, and she's like, 911, what's your emergency? Oh wait, I called you. Here's what's up. Now, I'm gonna give, like, some credit to not Multiverses, to Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium is an evil video game that is morally just. Because it is a video game where you play as a cop, but they do understand that the cop sucks. Like, it is an evil video game in that it's a video game that you play as a cop, but it's morally just because they know that that's wrong. This is true about Ace Attorney. Ace Attorney is a video game that has, like, cops in the universe, but it is, like, pretty apparent that the cops are, like, incompetent. Like, dude, we all love Gumshoe. We all love Gumshoe. He's very bad at his job, and that's what makes him endearing. Evil video game has 3 definitions by this point. all morally unjust video games are evil, but not every evil video game is morally unjust. Oh fuck, I went the wrong way. I was looking at the arrows wrong. Well, I went from 6th place to 10th, 11th, even. Now, to give Disco Elysium more credit, also, the video game that someone suggested that's like Disco Elysium, but you play as like a witch in the Alps, that is a more evil and morally unjust video game because it's giving cottagecore vibes. And cottagecore is evil. Holy crap, it's Peter! Hi, Rick. Welcome. Welcome to the stream where I've mostly been chatting like absolute nonsense. I'm literally gonna like wake up tomorrow and forget like this entire discussion I had on stream because I really just have been saying shit. I've just been saying shit. Can't stop thinking about that, the OP of that tweet that missed the point of Disco Elysium. Isn't like the OP of like the witch in the Alps, like looking for the lost cat, like doesn't that person like get paid to make bad tweets? I'm not even talking in like the Twitter blue sense, I'm talking like, I feel like I heard a rumor, and it could have been wrong, as many rumors are, but I feel like I heard a rumor that they were literally getting paid to post shit like that. Like, just posting shit that pisses people off. Which is, like, maybe one of the funniest ways to get bread. God, you wish you were getting paid to make bad posts? Unfortunately, there's a very easy way to do this. It's called become a right-wing grifter. If you want to get paid to make bad posts, literally just become, like, a right-wing grifter. All comes back to social media posts. Well, it's not anti-social media. Awesome. I'm doing shit and I keep getting mushrooms and nothing else. I'm not very good at Electrodrome. I like this map a lot. I think it's very fun. But I'm not very good at it. I don't know, these are the kind of discussions that you're gonna get as we wait like 38 more days for the Switch 2. Like, I'm all out of juice for this console generation. My brain is cooked. We're just getting absolute nonsense now. Baby Daisy spotted. Hi, Dickwin. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Remember when the old YouTube CEO straight up died and nobody gave a shit? Maybe that's why the Tumblr guy posts like that. Nobody gives a fuck about CEOs. Maybe. It is ironic that this quote comes from a Mr. Jonathan Tronathan, because he's a very potent figure to have said such a thing. But the line does go, if I can't be the best, I can sure as hell be the worst. You know? And I mean, he was right. He might be one of the worst to ever do it. And we all remember him for it. You do think about that quote from time to time? Because it's true. It's true, and it's true of him. He did it. He became the worst. We're doing okay. Don't fret yet. Okay, now I'm fucked. Now I'm truly, thoroughly fucked. P-Tor. Fuck, I should have kept those bananas. Honestly, you know what's funny? I forgot that we have JonTron as a banned term in chat. At your request, I will keep it in limbo. Never mind, it got posted. Someone else okayed it. Sorry. Challo needs to stop lying. This really is a saying shit stream. It really is. Did you guys see that, like... I don't know if he's, like, the main dev of, like... the homebrew channel or not. Because I'm not really familiar with, like, the people behind it, but, like, one of the dudes who, like, does the homebrew channel just, like, randomly said, development has stopped because the homebrew channel has been built on lies. This whole time, the homebrew channel was using code by Nintendo. And I just, like, looked at it, and I was trying to process what he said, and I was like, huh? Yeah, no shit, how would you get it on the Wii if you didn't, like, fuck around with Nintendo's code a little bit? Did you get a dev kit straight from Nintendo and make the homebrew channel? No. Then you fucking stole the code. And it's like, whatever, who cares? The homebrew channel has existed for like 20 years. Who gives a fuck? What are you talking about? You can always use Nintendo code, it's always correct. Literally, like, what's the problem? I don't understand. And if it's like, I don't know, if it's like being worried about like Nintendo taking them down, it's like, dude, listen. I would get it if like the homebrew channel was like a relatively new thing. If the homebrew channel only dropped, like, maybe, like, 2020, then I'd be like, yeah, maybe you have something to worry about. The fucking homebrew channel has existed since, what, 2008? Like, what are we on about? What are we on about? Really want to play this game again soon? Mario Kart Wii got you in a Mario Kart mode? Or mood? Hell yeah. Hi Ray, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we got your Baby Daisy clone in here. Oh, there is! There is! Fuck, were you talking about Mario Kart World? I mean, that's fair also. That's fair also. I understand. I'm very excited for Mario Kart World, which is also why I've been in a Mario Kart mood. Wii is good. Wii is good. I love Mario Kart Wii. I love Custom Track GP. Saw someone sandbagging? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You're going too fast that race? Not fast enough for me. I say as I get 11th place. It would not surprise you if Rick was Peter in this. I mean, it is. Rick is here. Why did everybody pick shitty SNES Mario Circuit? I don't know. I don't know. I guess we're playing Mario Circuit now. Did you guys see the one person who, like, played the demo that they had at, like, the Switch 2 experience for Breath of the Wild, and they beat the entire game within the time span of the demo? Someone else already said it on social media, but I agree with it. That person should get, like, a free Switch 2. Like, unironically, Nintendo should go up to that person, shake their hand, and, like, literally, like, be like, we'll send it to you in the mail. Don't even worry about paying for it. Wish they got the credits captured because they could have shown the extra dev work immediately. That's real as fuck, honestly. Community notes said there were save points from different parts in the game, and one near the end happened to load up, so they just beat the game. Okay, well, my question then is, did they have to still do all the phases of Calamity Ganon? Because that's fucking hard, dude. I did that shit. That shit is fucking hard. I would still give them that much. Honestly. Sorry. No! Aw, man, I'm playing like ass right now. You got fucked over. Can someone beat the dude Donkey Kong at the Switch 2 events? Can you imagine we get spoiled on Donkey Kong Bonanza because someone already beat the game at one of the demos? That'd be crazy. What if someone beats the game at, like, one of the events, and, like, we find out, like, Cranky Kong dies? And we have to wait 3 months to figure out why Cranky Kong dies. This is Cranky's final game. He's finally gonna join Wrinkly Kong. What if that happened to you? Exiting the Switch 2 hands-on event with the footage of K. Rool up your ass? At first, I, like, interpreted that very differently. I'm gonna be real. It's not your fault. It is my fault, but... a lot of people would like K. Rool's footage. Donkey Kong Bonanza should just have, like, the DKC cartoon voice actors. I know it is probably a game that is, like, sparse in voice acting to begin with. But, like, I don't know. I think they should just do that, I'm thinking. Like, I think if, like, K. Rool ever got a voice and it wasn't, like, the DKC cartoon voice, I would be, like, really fucking mad. Woke up at 4 AM today and don't know how to process this K. Rool scenario. Some people would feel old in that scenario. That's what I think. Some people would be outranked in that scenario. Wait, that's true as fuck. Your Switch refused to pair your Joy-Con? That's so sad. That's fucked. Dude, Game & Watch Super Mario Brothers is $28 at PNP. Dude, shout out PNP Games. It's a shame that so many of, like, the Switch 2 games that are coming out are just, like, those shitty, like, game key card things. Now, I say shitty, I mean, they're shitty as, like, physical products, in that they don't physically have a game on them. I do think they're still, like, they still have an edge on digital games in that you could still, like, reasonably sell them to someone or, like, let someone borrow them. They would still have to download everything, but it's, like, a little better. It's not great. I'm not gonna pretend like I wouldn't just prefer the game on the fucking cartridge, because that's what God intended cartridges to be. But at the very least, you can get rid of, like, shit for secondhand. So if you really don't want, like, a game key game, you can get rid of it. It's not like a digital game where it's like, unless the company has a refund system, which some of them don't. Some of them don't. I know Valve does, but I'm pretty sure Nintendo doesn't. And I think, like, I haven't heard, like, Sony or Microsoft have one either. At the very least, though, honestly, with so many of them being, like, game key shit, I probably won't buy, like, a crazy amount of Switch 2 games unless it's something that I really want. Like, if it's something that I know I'm gonna play and not something that I'm, like, gonna say I'm gonna play and then it actually just gets added to my backlog for years, it'll be okay. This track is Love World. I love Wii Rainbow Road. I mean, I'm biased, obviously, but what can I say? What can I say? It's a lovely course. Only Switch 2 games you want to get at launch are Deltarune, Fast Racing Fusion, and the Kirby and Mario Party upgrade packs when they come out. I'm, like, thinking about getting the Kirby one, because I do like Forgotten Land a lot. I don't know if I care about the Mario Party upgrade pack at all, though. Because it's like... What the fuck am I gonna do with the camera minigames? I don't like being on camera on stream, so I'm not going to do that. So, like, then what the fuck am I doing? Yeah, if you want the camera, then the Mario Party stuff is fun as fuck, for sure. It's not for me, though. It's strictly not for me. And it's like, I don't know, what else is there to the Mario Party upgrade? It's not like the game doesn't already run, like, pretty good. Right? Like, Mario Party Jamboree is already, like, a very nice-looking Switch game that runs at a consistent 60 FPS. Like, oh, now I can get Mario Party Jamboree in 4K. What are you talking about? That's kind of real, actually. Now, you might actually convince me with that. I have, like, a Plague Doctor costume in the closet that I could wear. It would make my microphone sound really fucked up and muffled, but... Or, I mean, worst case scenario, I can just wear the Unboxo Man mask. A Chuck E. Cheese costume is kind of crazy. But I respect it. Honestly, you might be convincing me. And now that I think about it, 4K Mario Party? I don't have a 4K TV. But, I don't know, it could be funny. $240p Mario Party? They invented that on the N64. I'm sure the game is programmed in a way where it just kind of has to capture, like, a human-like silhouette. So, like, Chuck E. Cheese might be a little much, because you got the big rat ears, but... I don't know, if I wore something like the Unboxo Man mask, I would struggle to believe that it wouldn't be able to run that. Or, like, understand it. Yeah, the late Booster Course Pack tracks do look nice. When is Nintendo gonna make use of their penis technology again? Dude, the penis detection technology was, like, fake, wasn't it? Didn't that get confirmed as, like, a fake rumor? Because I feel like I, like, made a post about it and then someone told me that it was bullshit. Someone made it up. And Nintendo never had penis detecting technology. Plastic face mask with Chuck E. Cheese clothes. No way you're getting an actual mascot costume. I respect that. I respect that. It's funny because you get, like, the really boring, very plasticky looking Mario circuit, like, early. And then, like, later you get the awesome, like, kind of revamp of, Bowser's Castle. That's what I was thinking of. Yes, I did see the penis in Everybody 1-2 Switch. Can I say something that might get me in trouble? And it's about the game key cards again. I was, like, seeing, like, posts online about, like, how, like, the only, like, third-party non-game keycard game that's coming to the Switch 2 is, like, Cyberpunk. And people were like, you guys, if you care about physical media, you have to buy Cyberpunk on the Switch. Otherwise, physical media will die, and it'll be your fault for not supporting it. And I was just like, what are you guys on? You don't have to buy Cyberpunk 2077 just because you like physical media. Alright? Let's be real here. We don't have to do this. I'm not going to buy Cyberpunk just because it got a physical cartridge. I have no interest in playing Cyberpunk. Can you imagine if they said this when Skylanders Imaginators was a launch title for Switch? Okay, but if you guys do care about physical media, you will buy Skylanders Imaginators. Because they'll have to stop making the plastic figures if you don't. And then I won't have as many toys. And if I don't have my toys, I get very angry. And I start, like, turning red. And I start, like, hurting people. Running to my local GameStop bargain bin as we speak. Dude, I'm kind of feeling like that's gonna happen to Amiibos. Cause like, I understand it's because of the tariffs, but man, $30, like, Zelda Amiibo, and then, like, $40 Street Fighter Amiibo is, like, it's done, it's over. Nobody's gonna buy the new Amiibo now. Because that shit's too much, and you can just, like, if you really want to use them, you can, like, flash the code of the Amiibos on, like, an NFC, like, reader card. It would be kind of the end of an era, but also, it's like, dude, what the fuck? $40 Street Fighter Amiibo is, like, crazy. $30 Street Fighter Amiibo is already a little crazy, but, like, $40? No. And then the Zelda ones, which are almost certainly gonna be less elaborate, being $30 is, like, nuh-uh. It's not happening. It lasted the longest of the bunch, though. It's true, it's true. Amiibo was the most successful Toys to Life because they acknowledged the fact that Toys to Life kinda fucking sucks and basically just made merchandise. Literally, Amiibo is successful not because they were trying to make an amazing Amiibo game. It lasted the longest because they were like, hey, here's like one of the only pieces of like affordable Earthbound merchandise you can get in the United States. Have fun. Remember people saying if you buy games at launch, you're a freak? Listen, it's not the smartest thing to buy a game at launch. But it's like also like, dude, it doesn't matter that much. If you're like a person who like doesn't need to like save a crazy amount of money, like it would not like ruin your day to spend like the money on a single video game, then it's like whatever. Who cares? That's true of Nintendo games also. You have to like, you can get Nintendo games at a reduced price if you like know where to look. But that's the thing, you gotta know where to look and you gotta like, you have to put the effort in. And if you just buy it at launch, it's like whatever. It's like you spent like $12 extra. Boo-hoo. Buying a bad physical game is praxis. Wait, that's true though. Wait, that's true though. I was talking about it earlier when I was talking about like Tumblr. It's like people are like so isolated in their online circles that like people genuinely thought there was gonna be, like, a boycott against the Nintendo Switch 2, and nobody was gonna buy it because we all agreed it was overpriced and nobody would want to pay for these video games. And then when they found out that wasn't true at all, they were like, you're all pussies. You all want to see the downfall of society. How do people forget that families exist? It is a classic Tumblr moment. Forgot about the families with big incomes. Dude, like, Disney still makes money off of their, like, theme parks. And that shit is, like, way too expensive. You wanna spend a day at Disney World? Prepare to pay the price. And they still bring in, like, crazy attendance anyways. People consider it a dream vacation. You said people say that a Steam Deck would be better than a Switch 2? A Steam Deck is, like, functionally different from, like, a Switch 2. Like, I think, like, it's a little comparing apples to oranges. And, like, here's the thing. The Steam Deck is predicated on the idea that you already spent a lot of money on PC gaming. Because if you're just buying it and you don't have a Steam account already, dude, you just bought a console that's, like, pretty expensive and you don't have any games for it. And, like, if you buy a game for it, it's not guaranteed that it'll actually work. I mean, they have, like, measures in place for that, but in general, something that you might have wanted to play on it might not actually work. That's the obstacle that you get with PC gaming, is that inherently, you can, like, buy a really expensive computer and not actually be able to run the stuff that you want on it. And you know, for someone like me, who's been using a PC for years, that's whatever. I'm used to it, I understand the system, and I mean, hey, very recently I went through my own, like, PC upgrading debacle just so I could run Monster Hunter better. But, like, they serve different functions. Told some friends you pre-ordered a Switch 2, and they were like, why didn't you just get a Steam Deck? Because you didn't want a Steam Deck? Duh. If you wanted a Steam Deck, you would have gotten that instead. Steam Deck is way less powerful for the same price. It is true. That is true. Debating on if you should just upgrade an old PC case of yours for streaming, because you feel like that would help. Yeah, having, like, a good PC is very nice for streaming. I mean, if you're in the streaming game, it's not a requirement to have a good PC, but it fucking makes things a hell of a lot easier. Yeah, I mean, like, the Switch 2 is, like, better than the Xbox Series S. Which is, like, that's crazy. People are still putting, like, games on Xbox, even though the Xbox Series S is, like, a crock of shit. And, I mean, that's a little mean to say, but it's okay. They're boycotting Microsoft anyways. I can be as mean to them as I want. You want to talk about, like, an actual video game boycott? Don't buy Oblivion, because Microsoft is on the BDS, specifically their Xbox division. looking up Disney things, and it seems their parks might still be their most lucrative arm. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. It better be their most lucrative fucking thing if they're making you pay like a fucking $1 million just to spend one day. Reports saying profit has been decreasing steadily. Probably because they keep increasing the price of stuff and they think that's going to equal more money in the bank. And then it doesn't. Because they're not very bright. I'm also gonna say it because, like, I do believe this to be true. I think, like, half the people who say, oh, just get a Steam Deck lol, do not actually own a Steam Deck. Like, I own a Steam Deck. I understand, like, what makes that thing tick. I know kind of the ins and outs on how to make it work the ways I want it to work. I think, like, half the people online who are like, just get a Steam Deck, probably don't actually own one. Like, again, it is an enthusiast system. Someday in the future, we'll be able to pirate entire video game consoles. I mean, we kind of can with, like, the old systems, right? Because, like, NES stuff doesn't have, like, UI to it. It doesn't have, like, a home menu. If you're emulating an NES game, you're basically emulating the entire system, right? I mean, it gets trickier with newer consoles. Because there is, like, a home menu that you would have to, like, emulate and such. And a lot of people don't go through all that trouble because it's like, you know, I could just be playing the game instead of playing through the fucking menu. Need to pirate all the specific hardware quirks too. Kinda true, kinda true. Most people complaining about Switch 2 weren't gonna get it anyways. Same with Mario Kart. Again, it's like... Like, listen, I'm not even gonna say that people can't think the Switch 2 is dumb, or it looks dumb and they think people shouldn't spend their money on it. It's whatever to me. I don't care. I think that some people want to make it like a moral judgment, though, and that's when it's, like, corny. That's when I'm like, dude, it's a fucking video game. Moral grandstanding over video games. And it's like literally within the video game space, Nintendo is absolutely an evil corporation. I think people overblow it a little bit. Like, listen, we have Microsoft as one of the big three. Microsoft is actively helping, like, fund a genocide right now. I think we got bigger fish to fry than, like, Nintendo being, like, shitheads to their fans. And, like, to be fair, yeah, they enslaved the one guy, they're getting that one guy's revenue for life. They're still not as bad as Microsoft, and honestly, there's probably a good chance they're not even as bad as Sony. Because, like, Sony is, like, a classic, like, we love to lay people off company. No, the people who made Concord got, like, laid off, like, a month after the game came out. They spent all that money to buy that just to say, like, hey, by the way, none of you guys have jobs anymore, bitch. Like, listen, if you only play PC games, I get it. Valve is, like, they're still an evil corporation, but at the end of the day, like, the games are cheap, and, like, in general, like, they're not doing, like, crazy shit. I mean, Gabe Newell owns one too many yachts, but, I mean, he's a rich guy. Of fucking course he has too many yachts. Sony keeps giving Neil Druckmann jobs. It's true, it's true. Like, honestly, what it really comes down to is that the big three as a whole are, like, kinda fucked. Like, they're all, like, very fucked up corporations. And I think people like to pretend like Nintendo's the worst of it. But, like, I don't know, with Microsoft in the ring, that's tough. That's tough. I don't think I buy that. Think people romanticize Nintendo as the good one out of the bunch, not realizing they're all bad. See, I realized that Nintendo was a bad corporation during the Wii U and 3DS era. And that's when I started playing PC games, because they weren't, like, putting out anything good. And, like, fucking... I remember, like, this is something from back then. They fucking hated, like, people doing, like, Let's Plays and streams of their games. Like, dude. Oh my god. They had, like, in the copyright ID system, like, basically every game that they ever made. They're so bad. Dude, what is my fan doing? Everybody tell my fan to shut the fuck up. Yeah, the creator program was crazy, and it was such a bad deal, too. It was literally like, I think it was like a 75-25 split in favor of Nintendo. Yeah, that's my fucking fan. It does that sometimes. And I wish it wouldn't, because I'm in the middle of a race, and I can't stop it from making that noise. Yeah, you can do Let's Play if you're under us. The Wii U is when I realized Nintendo was a family-friendly company. True shit. Oh, it stopped. Let's go. I don't know, I guess, like, by being, like, older Gen Z, it's, like, harder for me to imagine, like, people having been there for the Wii U and 3DS era and being, like, that was their peak, and that was also when they were the most consumer-friendly. Like, dude, I was literally making YouTube videos back then, and I remember how fucking dire it was. There's, like, a damn good reason why, like, the videos that I was putting out was, like, TF2 stuff. Even though, like, my computer was not very powerful at the time, like, of course I was gonna make fucking, like, Team Fortress 2 videos. Valve is, like, very, like, well tuned into, like, the online Let's Play shit. And, like, making stuff out of their games. I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of just rambling a little bit. I just, like, I really do think, like, Wii U guys are, like, insane. I don't understand Wii U guys at all. And like, I can say that because, like, I own a fucking Wii U. I know the deal. I would literally rather own a Wii U than, like, a PS4, and that doesn't mean that I think, like, the Wii U was, like, this pinnacle of achievement. I think it just means that I like stupid baby games more than I like The Last of Us. Mid-2010s Nintendo was at the docks with how dire it was. You were on so much Wii U cope. It's crazy, because, like, I wasn't on the Wii U cope. Again, that was when I became, like, a PC gamer. Like, really, the best year that the Wii U had was, like, 2014, and then it was, like, downhill from there. And, like, 2015 is, like, an acceptable year. I say acceptable. It's not really that acceptable. It was still, like, barely anything. But it was, like, you had Mario Maker and you had Splatoon, which were both very exciting games. Then, I don't know, you had, like, Pokken. And, like... Then you had the really shitty games at the end of the year. You had, like, Mario Tennis and Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Wii U had no third-party support with how hard it was to develop for. Yeah. Like, it was dire. It was dire. Listen, it's one thing to have a little bit of nostalgia for the Wii U. That, I understand. I, even as I shit-talk the Wii U, have a little bit of a soft spot for it. But anybody who tells you that that was the peak, it was the Soul era, this is what we're missing out on, you're insane. You're crazy. You've lost all good sense. Oh, but you got to play banger games like Mario Kart 8 and Xenoblade X. What are you talking about? Have you ever played the battle mode of the original Mario Kart 8? The 3DS really was pulling all the weight that generation. Like, the 3DS is just straight up a good console. It's not my... It's not my favorite by a long shot, but it's got a lot of good stuff on there. But I mean, the 3DS also, I feel, suffered a bit in its later years. Like, I feel like it kind of peaked in, like, 2014, and then it was a little slow afterwards. There was still some good stuff afterwards, but it did notably feel like releases got slower. And maybe that was because, you know, that's when the NX rumors started. Maybe that's when they were trying to put more resources into the Switch. But it's like, what were some of the good, like, 2015, like, 3DS games? Because I'm, like, struggling to remember specifically, like, 2015 games. I feel like that was a little bit of, like, a drop-off point. It had Chibi Robo Ziplash. For all the Chibi Robo Ziplash enthusiasts. Don't know if you got anything on 3DS after Robobot. Robobot was pretty late, but that's a great one. That came out, like, 2016. ...2016 was the actual worst year for gaming. Was it? 2016 video games. It can't be that bad, right? Oh, fuck, it had Overwatch. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm gonna look through the, 2016 in games. Alright, well, you start off the year with Pony Island. Pony Island is pretty good. How could it be a bad year? It had Pony Island. No wonder everyone was playing Overwatch. I'm so bored. I mean, base Overwatch was kind of good. 2016 had the original release of No Man's Sky. Oh, God. That's fucking dire. Yeah, I mean, Pokemon Go kind of had a similar fall-off to Overwatch. But at the same time, I would say Pokemon Go is, like, a way better video game than Overwatch. Pokemon Go has, like, practical use. It gets people out of the house. Overwatch keeps you in the house, and the worst part is it keeps you in the house playing Overwatch. This is the exact opposite of the Pokemon Go summer. The No Man's Sky winter. I don't know, and I mean, Pokemon Go is still one of the most popular mobile games. So I say it, like, kind of fell off, but it, like, it's doing okay. Overwatch is in competition for being, like, one of the most popular PC games with, like, it feels like fucking anything that comes out these days. Like, oh my god. PC gaming has gotten, like, so much bigger recently that it feels like every day, like, some random game, like, breaks new records. Overwatch is probably, like, when Palworld came out, Palworld was probably bigger than Overwatch for a bit. I don't think it's bigger than Overwatch now, but there was, like, a period where you could say that. The new 3DS is so funny. I played my first new 3DS game, which was Fire Emblem Warriors. And it's, like, very funny to me that they even, like, bothered to fit that on a 3DS cartridge. They put Xenoblade on that thing. I forgot there's a fucking Xenoblade 3DS port. I can't even, like, imagine someone who is like, man, I've never played Xenoblade before. Let me get the 3DS version of it, see how I like it. Like, that seems, like, crazy to me. Alright, what else came out in 2016? Minecraft story mode! Wait. How could you disrespect Minecraft story mode? Man, it is looking a little dire. They got Final Fantasy IX on Android. And Grand Theft Auto Liberty Cities. Street Fighter V came out, but I think, like, people didn't like Street Fighter V when it came out. I think people liked it more as it got updated, but at launch, people were not happy about it. Fire Emblem Fates came out. Pit Trip Runner 2. And Stardew Valley. I guess that is true about Xenoblade also, is that the 3DS version would have been the easier to obtain version. But I mean, it was also a version that you had to own a new 3DS for. Which, I don't know, that might be asking too much still. I still feel like, for the most part, that's not gonna hit with most people. There's still not going to be that many people where that's what, like, makes them finally try Xenoblade. Honestly, I'm a little sad that I don't like Xenoblade X. I think I tried to like Xenoblade X, but it just, playing the Switch version, it was not clicking for me. You fucking dick. I just got that mushroom. I got middle of the pack. I'm just gonna keep going through this list of video games, because so far, nothing has been, like, particularly, like, crazy. It does look, like, kinda dire. Oh, you got Enter the Gungeon. Dude, like, it seems, like, decent on the indie side, at least. Everywhere else, though, I mean... I don't know. They released Danganronpa 2 on PC. Ah, fuck, Star Fox Zero. Ah, fuck, Mini Mario and Friends Amiibo Challenge. Ah, fuck, Angry Birds Action. No, Star Fox Zero was 2016. Forgot Star Fox Zero existed. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. Dude, it really is like, what the fuck are we doing? Fucking Mighty Number 9 came out in 2016. I think you guys might be right. This might be the worst year for video games ever. 'Cause, like, what the fuck? Literally the best game that came out that year was probably literally Pokemon Go. Which is insanity because it's Pokemon Go. But it's like, I'm not even seeing, like, any big hitters by, like, third parties and stuff. No big hitters from Sony. Nintendo's output was, like, really bad. Like, they had some decent games, like Pokken and, like, Kirby Planet Robobot. But they were not delivering on, like, all cylinders. You know? They were just biding their time before they could release a system that people actually wanted. ...2016, the year of Paper Mario Color Splash. God. Are there Color Splash Defenders still out there? Enjoyed that game for what it's worth? You like it? Fair enough, fair enough. It was not as bad as Sticker Star. Thought Color Splash was the one people liked. I don't know. I think people still generally liked it. Like, people generally like it less than, like, Origami King. Origami King is still, like, kind of contentious. I love Origami King. I think Origami King's great. But I understand that it doesn't have the squeakiest, cleanest reputation. Like the adventure game aspects of Color Splash, maybe not so much the RPG part. Yeah, I feel like that's the general consensus I've heard. What else came out in 2016? Was No Man's Sky. Fuck. Dude, it's so bad. It's so bad. What a shit year. Cluster Truck, Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice. What are we doing, lads? What are we doing? FNAF sister location? Come on. What are we doing? WWE 2K17. What the fuck are we doing? Disney Magical World 2. Jackbox Party Pack 3, though. Oh, you had Battlefield 1 and, like, Civ 6 back-to-back. I don't know if that was, like, if those games were considered good at launch, but I feel like, in general, people like those. It only took until, like, fucking October, but that's something. Remember the day you bought Metroid Prime Federation Force? Coming home, a guy said from his passing car, "Did you get No Man's Sky?" That's fucking crazy. Dude. I can't wait till a blue shell punishes me for being in first too long. I mean, that too. That can happen as well. Ooh. Thank God I threw that green shell. I'll take second. I'll take second. That was a clean second. Cookie Run Oven Break came out in October 2016. I remember when I tried to play Cookie Run Oven Break because people were like, "Oh no, the gacha isn't that bad," and the gacha still managed to piss me off too much that I did not like it. People were like huffing some insane copium. Why do people want to fuck those cookies so bad? I don't know. I don't know. This is not a safe space anymore. It's okay if people want to fuck the cookies from Cookie Run, but I don't understand it. I would love to hear someone try to explain why they want to fuck the cookies from Cookie Run. Because I look at the character designs, and it's not doing it for me at all. And I can't imagine, like, a universe where it does do it for me. Served your time in 2015 where people were attacking you for saying they should not whitewash the cookie. There are some cute women. I don't know, all I think about is the one, like, fucking thirst trap that Cookie Run, like, uploaded of the one cookie with, like, the like, glasses on and the tie, and I just think about it and I'm like, this is silly. This is Looney Tunes. Honestly, it would make more sense to me if someone wanted to fuck Bugs Bunny. Again, I'm not, like, anti-Cookie Run, like, wanting to fuck the cookies, but I don't get it. I don't get it at all. None of the designs are, like, that good to me that I'd be like, oh, well, they're kind of attractive. I don't see, like, any of the designs in Cookie Run and go, oh, that's attractive. I see a Bugs Bunny, my penis stays soft. I don't know, now I have to look up, like, Cookie Run characters. I appreciate your tell-all style, Rick. Dude, they do have, like, BTS and Sonic cookies. Aren't you guys glad this is an 18+ chat? So we could talk about these things? Wait, they have like a grandma with scars? Wait, you could maybe get me with that. If someone showed me like a human version of the pirate grandma with like the scars, I would be like, okay, I get it. I guess that's fair. Have I ever wanted to fuck a Super Mario character? I guess, like, Pauline. But, like, that seems like a very normie choice. She's just, like, an attractive woman. I feel like you would have a hard time saying that, like, Pauline is not an attractive woman. Like, her Super Mario Odyssey appearance specifically. I think her Super Mario Odyssey appearance is very attractive. But I think when they do her in, like, the old Mario vs. Donkey Kong art style, I really don't like it. I think she looks too cartoony and, like, kind of gross. But, like, Super Mario Odyssey Pauline, she could get it. It really was an insane glow-up, and it kind of makes me mad that they use her old design. Because I don't like how she looks in this game, because it is just the old Pauline design. And it's like, listen, I get it, she can't be, like, human proportion, because then she's gonna look, like, weird next to Mario. But I don't know, when they turn her back into a cartoon, she looks like a fucking... She looks like a gross, like, Betty Boop. I don't like it. I don't like it. Super Mario Odyssey Pauline, good. Any other Pauline, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. DK versus Mario Pauline is genuinely so gross. Literally, she looks disgusting to me. What the fuck? Why? I'm upset that that boo took away my star. Nothing bad really came of it, other than I couldn't get much further than I did, but I'm still not happy about it. I guess she's... I still don't love the design. But it is like, yeah, it is better than Mario vs. Donkey Kong. They have too many different kinds of cookies. And some of these categories are, like, fake. Like, they have a dragon cookie category that has one character. They added this character in 2021. This is the only dragon that exists. They do use they, it pronouns, though. I didn't know that they had they, thems in Cookie Run. They have 5 of them? That doesn't show up on the Cookie Run wiki. It just shows Pattaya Dragon Cookie. Cookie Run is woke? It's crazy that Cookie Run is woke because it's also non-woke. Because it just has, like, stereotypical depictions of, like, Native Americans in it. Cookie Run has actually become way less woke. So is it more woke for having pronouns, or is it less woke for having, racist stereotypes of Native Americans? The Democrats will be debating this for generations. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. If this map layout was a little more shroom-friendly, this would have been the ultimate. Fuck. If I didn't hit that damn Goomba. Fuck! Oh, brother. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I had, like, one of the greatest things happen to me ever, and then I immediately fucked it up. But you know what? I still got 6. One more? Can't end on 11th place? I respect that. I respect that. Oh, you got 10th? Well, you might have just barely passed by 10th place at the end. Dude, I didn't realize it was the Canadian election today. Are the Canadians feeling good? Or has something bad happened? You voted? Who's gonna win the Canadian election? Will it be Chris McLean from Total Drama? Or will it be Northern Lion? Those are the only 2 Canadians that I know. Those are the only 2 Canadians that exist. Dude, honestly, I'm saying this as someone who likes watching Northern Lion a lot. It would be, like, fucking dire if Northern Lion ran for office. I think not only would it ruin the vibe of watching his stream forever, but it would be, like, a fucking, like, dire indicator for the state of Canadian politics. Don't think Chris McLean could run for Prime Minister, but you don't know about Canadian politics? Oh, well, that's simple. He can't run for Canadian Prime Minister because he's a cartoon. Yeah, Northern Lion is Canadian. I don't remember exactly where he lives in Canada, but I know he's Canadian. Does he live in Vancouver? Or does he just bring up Vancouver a lot? I don't know. He lives somewhere in Canada. Ugh. That fucking guy eking out second. Or 7th. We were in 2nd? That's so sad. Oh, you gotta give me bootleg. Yeah. Yeah. It is always time to get Mario Karted. This happened in HRT? What? Hormone replacement therapy? Horse race tests? We gotta come up with a different acronym. That shit is way too, like, confusing. Alright, we already claimed HRT. Alright, that has been established for years. We can't come up with a new HRT. It's done. Keep seeing the horse race thing and thinking it's Uma Masumi. Dude, when I look at, like, the horse race test, I was literally looking at it and I was like, this is a video game that Northern Lion would play. And I know it's not actually a video game, but that's what it looks like. It looks like a video game that Northern Lion would play. Like, when he was playing shit like Fish-like. Things that got popular these days are just cartoon blob things of different colors of the rainbow. It's been that way for years. That's what My Little Pony is. That's what you just, like, distilled like 90% of all media that's ever come out. Yeah, that's literally Teletubbies. That's what the Teletubbies are, that's what the Power Rangers are. Dude, nobody told me that the Power Rangers was, like, kinda racist. I learned, like, very recently, and, like, I'm sorry to anybody who didn't know this. They had, like, the Black Power Ranger be, like, someone who's black. But then, like, even more of a 1-2 punch than that, they had the Yellow Ranger be Asian. Which is, like, insane. That's, like, you can't do that. It's, like, the Black Power Ranger having to be black is, like, bad enough. But having the Yellow Power Ranger be Asian is crazy. That's insane. That's the kind of racism that they were trying to cancel Dr. Seuss for. Like, oh my god. Holy shit. And I literally didn't know that until, like, maybe, like, a week or two ago. I had no idea the Power Rangers were working on that kind of shit. That's, like, insane. And you know what's fucking funny? The only reason that I learned that is because I was watching the Radio TV Solution Nostalgia Critic watch-along, and Doug Walker points out that they swapped the races. They made it so the yellow Power Ranger was a black girl, and the black Power Ranger was Asian. And it's like, I guess that works. That gets rid of the problem, technically. But it's still, like, you couldn't have figured out any other combination? You chose the one that makes it, like, the most obvious? Can we watch Bandy's Universe for a movie night? I watched Bandy's Universe for a Chimp Dinner Live movie night. I got that voted in as, like, the movie to watch. So I'm well acquainted with Bandy's Universe. Made it to 18 minutes and couldn't continue. I watched the whole thing. And I mean, I'm not gonna tell you that Bandy's Universe is good, because it's not. But it was kind of really funny. Like, not in the ways that I think Nathaniel Bandy wanted, but it is funny. Yeah, I did talk about it. You say I couldn't stop talking about it? It was like a half hour talking about it. Which, when you consider Bandy's Universe is like an hour and a half long, that's pretty good. If you really wanted to deep dive into like a movie or like a TV show, that's like not a bad amount of time to talk about it at all. Jen wants to get on my case about that, but Jen just hates that I have a critical analysis of Bandy's Universe. Alright, not a lot of people can handle my Bandy's Universe opinions. I'm really glad that Bullet Bill ended up putting me in front of a wall. 30 minutes is 30 minutes too much? You're weak. You're weak. If Bandy's Universe is where you draw the line, you're weak. People might hate on me for my wisdom and my very smart media opinions and consumption. But you know what? I stay true to myself. Dude, I'm not even God's strongest soldier. Becky, who was on call when we watched Bandy's Universe, had already watched the full series before. So she's seen all of Bandy's Universe twice. Oh, I haven't watched, like, any part of the Nostalgia Critic movies. I haven't seen, like, a single, like, not 1 minute of it. So, like, you're in good company. Yeah, we're gonna watch Kick-Assy at some point. We're gonna watch all of the Channel Awesome movies. We're gonna watch Kick-Assy, we're gonna watch Suburban Nights, we're gonna watch To Boldly Flee. I don't know when, but it'll happen. I don't think it'll be on stream either. Dude, the production of those, like, Channel Awesome movies is, like, so bad. I mean, that was one of the big things, right? When, like, the former employees, like, all made that, like, big document about, like, Channel Awesome. Like, the fucking, like, Channel Awesome movies, like, kept coming up. It's kind of crazy that, like, Channel Awesome even still exists as an entity. But I guess because they just, like, own the Nostalgia Critic IP, it's not like they're gonna go down anytime soon. But that's, like, all they have. It's just Nostalgia Critic at this point. Everybody else, like, left the website. I think the only person who was still sticking around was, like, Guru Larry, and, like, Guru Larry is, like, literally, like, fucking... I don't know. He's, like... He's, like, Z-tier YouTuber. I think, like... And listen, this is gonna be mean. I think if you genuinely enjoy, like, Guru Larry videos, you're, like, beneath me. He's literally not cool. He's a bad guy. He's a shitty person. He, like, gets into stupid internet arguments and, like, harasses people. He's, like, a shithead. I remember him getting on, like I was watching, like, Pat the NES Punk's, like, podcast, and he did, like, a whole, like, thing about, like, Guru Larry. Because Guru Larry was, like, pissing him off.
Ian, we have a...
I think, like, Guru Larry, if I'm reading the comments right, I'm pretty sure Guru Larry was trying to, like, make Pat the NES Punk out like he was some, like, drug addict. Which, listen, it's fucked up that you would do that. One, because he's not, and two, because drug addiction is, like, a serious thing. And it's, like, weird to make light of it like that. Guru Larry was also one of the only guys who, like, stuck around with Channel Awesome way after the document came out, because he thought it would be a funny bit. He was like, lol, I'm gonna stay here for the bit. Which is like... You did it, Larry. You did it for the bit. What was the bit? I don't fucking know. Someone laughed. It wasn't me, but someone laughed. Yeah, I'm sorry I had to break it to you on stream. But I don't respect Guru Larry. I kinda never did, because I remember, like, I don't know, by the time I had found Guru Larry, I was already too woke for him. Because he had, like, he would have, like, channels that he was like, these are the channels you should watch. But he, like, put, like, the banner to say, these are people with pillow waifus. And I was like, you're such a cornball. This is literally too stupid for me. And maybe that's a little bit me being friend who's too woke, but that was my original petty beef with Guru Larry. What's your, like, nightmare YouTuber rotation blunt? I'm thinking Guru Larry. I'm thinking JonTron. I'm thinking H3H3. And I'm thinking PewDiePie. Ray William Johnson and JonTron is crazy. It's, like, fucked up that Ray William Johnson is, like, very strictly, like, leftist. Because this means that Ray William Johnson and JonTron would get into a political argument with each other. Like, it really is fucked up that Ray William Johnson is, like, he's very much a left-wing guy, and he also thinks, like, South Park is probably the funniest show they've ever put on television. Start thinking of the list before you realize you don't know if you should say this. Is it that bad? Did you really think of YouTubers that bad that they can't be named? Because that's a little crazy. I can't even imagine, like, what YouTubers would be, like, bad enough where you couldn't name drop them. Nice. Nice fourth. Just listing a bunch of shitty dudes and throwing them into Twitch chat. I mean, that's kind of just what I did. Oh fuck, wait. Add in Dream. That would be like an addition to the Nightmare Blunt rotation. I just thought about him because apparently he came back as a VTuber. So now you two are also burdened with the fact that Dream came back and he's a VTuber now. Or maybe he put that as the title as a joke. I don't know. I didn't watch the stream. Do I look like I was gonna watch a Dream stream? I'd rather stick my nutsack in an electrical socket. And you can quote me on that. Did he join an agency or something? I don't know, because he was just streaming on his regular Twitch channel. Dude, Dream pulling a Sketchek would be fucking crazy. Oh my god, I forgot about fucking Sketchek. Do people in chat even know what the deal with Sketchek is? Because I would fucking love to explain the story. You do not? Okay, okay, okay. Sketchek was a TF2 YouTuber who primarily played Pyro. And you know, he had his own thoughts and opinions about how Pyro should go. And there was a specific change that he wanted to see in the game for the Pyro. So one day, he faked his own death. And for like a year, people didn't know that he faked his death. Like, it went on for quite some time, before people found out. To the point where, like, Valve, like, patched in a thing he would have liked to see into TF2 and named it after, like, his channel. Like, it was like Sketchek's Dream or some shit like that. I don't remember what it was called. But, once that came out, Valve patched that out of the game. I mean, I think they kept the change for the Pyro, but the name of it is not that anymore. And then once Sketchek realized people weren't really excited about his videos anymore because, you know, he pretended like he died for a year, he joined a VTuber agency and is now a cop VTuber. And that's the story of Sketchek. He's a cop VTuber. He pretends to be a cop as a VTuber. I couldn't make this shit up if I tried. He's a Niji Sanji. I don't know which one Niji Sanji is, I'm gonna be real. I don't understand corpo VTuber stuff at all. Like, listen, I became, like, a VTuber in the end, but that doesn't mean I understand the corporate side of it at all. Corporate VTuber stuff still, like, perplexes me. I'm still like, why would anyone join one, and why would anyone watch one? Well, I say that. I understand why people would watch the dog. I like the dog. What, you know, a lot of drama tends to surround the VTubers from that company? Oh, so it's perfect for Sketchek. have seen his VTuber before against your will because of Twitter. That's funny. That's funny. Because I never seen his VTuber before I learned that it was Sketchek running the channel. What a crazy situation, truly. Oh my god. No! I'll take fourth. I'll take fourth. Oh fuck, I didn't want to pick Sweet Sweet Canyon. Oh well. It was gonna get picked anyways. Nothing I could have done. What do I have against Sweet Sweet Canyon? Honestly, just the same thing I have against every base Mario Kart 8 track. I've played them too many times. Like, I had Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. I didn't own the DLC. So, like, the DLC tracks were, like, all new to me when I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But these tracks are all the same. So, I don't know. It has to be, like, a really good track for me to, like, get excited about it. Like, Electrodrome is really good. Bowser's Castle is really good. I mean, it's a very nice level aesthetically. Don't get me wrong. I'm just waiting for this Yoshi to launch a shell backwards. He tried so hard. He did fuck us both in the end, but he tried so hard. I think I'd prefer the eventual sequel, Salt Cliffs. Kinda real, kinda real. Oh, come on, come on, come on. No! I should have popped stars sooner. It's okay, I still got 6th. I didn't do that good, but I didn't do that bad either. Sour, sour swamp. Dude, okay. I still have the 2016 in video games Wikipedia page open up. It's, like, very funny that they, like, have, like, film and television series based on video games on here. Because most of these I've never heard about in my life. What do you mean they made an Assassin's Creed movie in 2016? Did literally anybody in the universe see the Assassin's Creed movie? Apparently it made its money in the box office too. It, like, made 240 in the box office. I mean, the budget was, like, 125 million, which, for an Assassin's Creed movie, is, like, crazy, but... I mean, it's something. They also made a Skylanders show called Skylanders Academy. That was, like, way too late to have come out. It came out in 2016 and had seasons up to 2018. Who the fuck still cared about Skylanders in 2018? I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. You fuck. I'm surprised you remember that, because I've never heard of this in my life. Dude, it is, like, a little bit, like, I don't know. We kind of got spoiled with, like, Detective Pikachu being, like, a half-decent, like, family movie. That, like... I just couldn't imagine a time before that, because it's like all those video game movies were generally agreed upon to be, like, bad. Maybe, like, fun, but still, like, bad. Like, making a $120 million Assassin's Creed movie, if you did that now, that would pass the smell test. Doing that in 2016 is insane. Actually, I say that, I think Assassin's Creed stocks are not at their height. So maybe 2016 is the only time it could have come out. Wait, I'll allow that. They should make the Friday Night Funkin' movie now that video game movies are getting bad again. Do you think people would be more or less mad if they made a movie? As opposed, like, if they said, like, yeah, we spent the Kickstarter money on making a movie, actually, do you think, like, people would be really mad about it? Or do you think people would be like, no, wait, trust the plan, guys, Friday Night Funkin' is still coming out, and it's gonna be the best rhythm game we've ever seen? To be fair, also, the video game movies, it's really just the Minecraft movie that's, like, really bad. And, like, even with the Minecraft movie being really bad, for some reason, a lot of people are still watching it anyways. It's like, you can't fucking escape discussion of it. You can't fucking escape memes about it. Like, listen, the first time I heard Chicken Jockey, kinda funny, a little bit funny. 50th time I've heard Chicken Jockey, I literally wish we would move on to a different joke. I'm over it. They're doing, like, a screening of the Minecraft movie where it's, like, you're allowed to, like, go apeshit when they say, like, the fucking Jack Black lines or whatever, and I'm like, what are we doing? The movie literally doesn't even, like, look good. Someone's gonna die during one of those and they'll have to shut it down. See, like, I literally don't believe people who are gassing it up. I see, like, some shit that's like, oh my god, nobody told me that the Minecraft movie was homoerotic. And I'm like, you people are crazy. If Jack Black is homoerotic to you, I'd hate that you're not gonna be able to handle Brokeback Mountain. Something that could keep toddlers entertained is one of the most powerful forces in our world. Yeah, I mean, toddlers would still be playing Minecraft. Minecraft is extremely popular. I mean, there's a reason it made a lot of money. I'm just shocked that, like, adults are going out to see it. Or even bothering to pirate it. Like, why do you care? It's the fucking Minecraft movie. I literally don't understand it. Literally, I watched the video of the one guy who is just doing, like, the Jack Black voice lines, like, Chicken Jockey, flicking steel. And, like, that was probably a more entertaining experience than if I watched the Minecraft movie and waited, like, an hour for those lines to show up. Do they make a Chungus joke in the movie? Ay, ay, ay. If they're going so far with this, like, parody, irony angle, dude, they might as well have made, like, a Tony Zarrett movie. That would have been more entertaining. It would have been more entertaining to see the Munions on screen. General Chungus uses the word unalive at some point. Listen, I don't like using this word. Like, for 99% of the uses that people use it online. The Minecraft movie sounds like it's brain rot. It literally, that's what it sounds like to me. There's no other way I can explain what it's doing to people. Dude, the Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff movie, that could be something. It could be something. Let's get that in theaters. They should have made that instead of the Homestuck video game. TBH. I'm thinking another Kickstarter. We're doing a sequel. We're backed by popular demand. Come on, everybody, strike up the band. Learned about General Chungus the other day by looking at random categories on the Villains Wiki. I got good news though, guys. PMP Games got Hello Neighbor 2 on Switch for $18. Alright, be honest, chat. How long does first place last? Oh. Oh, that was quick. One. Alright. Oh! I don't know. What's more damaging on society, do you think? The fucking, like, Minecraft movie craze, or when people were doing gentle minions? Which do you think was a bigger detriment to the world? I mean, it's probably gonna be recency bias when I think about it. What the hell is a gentle minion? People were going in suits to, like, see the minions' rise of Gru. That is what gentle minions is. Dude, Monkey Ball Banana Rumble is $21 on PNP. You guys gotta jump on that shit. Monkey Ball Banana Rumble is fucking good. Because when kids heard about it and were like, I don't have a suit, I'm just gonna start going ape shit in the theater while the movie's going on, that it became an issue. Mm-hmm. Aw, hell, it's 200cc, ain't it? The Barbie movie is, like, really funny to me. Because I did see it in theaters, and it is, like, the most okay movie ever that, like, people are, like, crazy about. Like, honestly, it was on both sides. It was, like, the typical, like, right-wing grifters who were, like, this movie is by crazy feminists who want to see American society taken down. They want to turn men into women, and they want to turn girls into boys. What are they doing? And then, like, the other side was like, if you don't think that Barbie is a feminist masterpiece, then you're a fascist. Yeah, I don't know. People took that movie, like, deadly serious. It became, like, part of their personality, and it's, like, fine. It is a movie where you kind of have to turn your brain off, though, I feel like. Because it's a little, like, too, like, cis-feminist. And then also, it's, like... It's just, like, Hasbro trying to cover their ass because they've gotten, like, accused of being anti-feminist with Barbie all the time. Okayest movie for people to be annoying about? Literally. It's, like, fine. It's, like, fine. It's just, like, it's a dumb movie. You know how there's a lot of dumb guy movies? Barbie is a dumb girl movie. The Barbie movie barely made a dent in Mattel's doll sales. That's really funny. Everybody knows what Barbie is. That doesn't mean everybody gives a shit. You know, they'll go see the Barbie movie. But... movie would have been good if Bibble was in it. That says the Bibble. Don't think they expected the movie to get as popular as they did. They didn't release a lot of dolls for it. I see, I see. That is kind of funny that they sent the movie out to die a little bit, and then it didn't. But then it was like, it wasn't as popular as they wanted after it did get popular. Because it's like, oh, the mean critics, they don't appreciate what a feminist masterpiece this is. Man, that's really upsetting that that hit me while I was in second. Oh! Fucker. I haven't been to the theater in a bit. I think the last movie I saw in theaters was Sonic Movie 3, which was very good. I did enjoy the third Sonic movie. Like, that was the last one that came out that I gave a shit about. The problem with seeing movies in theaters is that I don't know movies very well, so, like, I only hear about, like, the really mainstream ones, and most of the mainstream ones are, like, they sound like brain poison to me. Like, dude, you couldn't catch my ass watching, like, 90% of what Disney puts out. I would even go as far as to say, like, 95%. Like, oh, don't you want to go into theaters and watch Mufasa the Lion King? No. I did hear good things about that Nosferatu movie. I didn't see it, but I heard some good things about it. I also heard bad things about it too, though. BKC didn't like it. Competitive Pokemon player BKC. I don't know, I guess my thing also is that I don't want to go to the movies to see a movie that, like, Star doesn't also want to see. Because she's the person I always go to the movies with. I don't know, maybe when I move out with Jen, we'll go to the movies to watch some more film. But maybe not, I don't know. BKC's cool. BKC's cool. Although it's funny, I've said this before. BKC is like too handsome. And I don't appreciate it. Cause like I look at his face and he like straight up looks like handsome Squidward. It's like fucked up. He's got like the most chiseled jawline of any human being that's ever existed. It's crazy. Dude, we're just playing Mario Circuit again? What are we doing? Dude, maybe next Mario Kart Monday, I'ma play Mario Kart Wii. I haven't decided. Don't put that on the record just in case I change my mind, but it's crazy that there's like 96 courses in this game and I feel like I play the same 5 over and over. Can't even be like second place is the great place to be in because there's only like 6 racers. Oh, I'll take second. I'll take second, even if it's not an impressive second. Let's get some Ribbon Road going. I don't think we've played Ribbon Road tonight. Toad Harbor. Come on. Dude, Super Mario RPG on the Switch might be, like, the best deal you'll ever get on any Nintendo game. I mean, technically that is because it's also a Square Enix game, but I feel like pretty consistently, I see that game go on sale all the fucking time. Like, that is one of the few Nintendo games where genuinely, I see that shit, I've seen that shit for like 20 bucks. Which is like crazy. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? I'm starting off like shit on this map. I think my brain might be fried. I think it might be time to end Mario Kart soon. Oh! Well, if I'm ending stream soon, I might as well talk about what's coming up next. Depending on how I feel tomorrow, you might get a Yakuza stream out of me. I'm not 100% on it yet, but I feel like if I feel okay after work, I'll do it. If I'm, like, not 100% feeling a stream, I won't. But for guaranteed streams, Wednesday, we will be playing Monster Hunter Wilds with friends. And then on Friday, we will be doing the Undertale Pacifist Gauntlet. We will be doing the entirety of the Pacifist route. I'm going to be doing the Switch version because it does have the added Mad Mew Mew fight, which I think would be fun to show off. Especially because it's a fight I've only done literally once in my life. And we'll see what happens for the rest of the week. That was the greatest bullet bill of all time. What the fuck? That bullet bill got me into second. That's kind of crazy. Honestly, let's just end it there. Cause I ain't gonna go up from that. Going up from like world's greatest bullet bill, it's impossible. You're not gonna be able to do it. Well, I hope you enjoyed Mario Kart for the night. Is anyone live right now? Fuck off, Satan. Not your time yet. Let's see. Will is playing Drawn to Life. Dynamo is also playing Ultimate I Spy. Let's raid Dynamo. Let's raid Dynamo play. Let's watch Dynamo play Ultimate I Spy. Well, that's gonna be it for tonight's stream. I want to thank you all for coming. Hope you'll have a good night and take care. I'll be back either tomorrow or Wednesday with more shit. I don't know yet. If I'm not here tomorrow, we'll stream Wednesday Monster Hunter. I'll see you all then. Bye-bye.
There, don't smile because it happened. Cry because it's over!